The air conditioner is a staple and practically a necessity in modern society, especially if you live in a hot sweatbox of a country like Australia. Of course, they keep us cool in our homes, our offices, our cars, literally everywhere. But what does the box that sits outside all our homes actually do? And how does it work? Let's discuss. Let's start by understanding the basic idea behind air conditioning. Now, of course, the common belief is that air cons blow cold air into a room. Of course, that's not correct. Instead, they expel heat from a room and then eject it back into the environment. And a key ingredient in achieving this is a coolant or a refrigerant. And this is just a substance that can transfer heat from one place to another. Now, here's a fun fact. A common refrigerant is R134A, but this aircon here is using R22. Alright, so where the fun begins. So the refrigerant is contained in a closed loop cycle of tubes and air conditioner components. And this cycle is known as the refrigeration cycle, and it looks like this. It's one of the many cycles, one of the many thermodynamic cycles that every engineering student has burned into their memory. The cycle starts with the compressor, which takes low pressure coolant gas and compresses it to high pressure gas. It then flows into the condenser, and this is the device which expels heat back into the environment. And of course, let's note that the compressor here on our diagram requires some sort of work in. And in this case, that is electricity. Sadly, we can't get anything for free. The condenser is a heat exchanger, which removes heat from the refrigerant gas and expels it back into the environment. This is achieved by a fan, located right here, which blows air over the many coils that make up the condenser and a traditional heat exchanger. This allows the heat to dissipate into the surrounding air, and as the refrigerant gas loses this heat, it condenses back into a high pressure liquid. The liquid refrigerant then flows through a device called an expansion valve, which is located here on our diagram. And this device causes the refrigerant to evaporate. It then enters the evaporator, and our diagram notes there is some heat going in, and it's this device which removes heat from the room and cools it down. And if you want a visual representation of an evaporator, well, it's the box mounted on your wall. With the heat removed, the cool air is then circulated around your room with the fan in the aircon. So that's all the cold air that we feel blowing out. Finally, the refrigerant gas returns to the compressor and starts the cycle all over again. This continuous cycle of compressing, condensing, expanding, and finally evaporating allows air conditioners like this old box sitting here to keep a constant temperature in your room. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something. That's the point of these videos. If you want to see related videos, you can click here. Otherwise, subscribe. I'm planning to make these videos weekly and build with the content on this YouTube channel, so there will be more to come.